The late 1980s, McDonald's was booming, always looking for a new ways to draw in customers. So in 1987, they come up with the brilliant idea, the Monopoly game. It was not just any promotions. This game offered prizes so irresistible. It had the entire nation hooked. From free burgers and fries to jaw-dropping rewards like cash, luxury cars, and even vacations, people flocked to their nearest McDonald's in hopes of winning big. Little did they know something much bigger was happening behind the scenes. The heart of it all was Simon Marketing, the agency hired to manage the logistics of the game. And within Simon Marketing was a man with a secret. Jerome Jacobson, the security director, was the guardian of the game's most coveted pieces. He held the keys to fortunes literally. It was Jacobson's job to ensure that the high value game pieces were distributed fairly. But what happens when the man responsible for the vault decides to break the lock? Jacobson saw an opportunity too good to resist. Using his inside knowledge, he quietly pocketed the winning pieces that once promised luxury cars, six figures, cash prizes, and more. But he was not going to keep them all for himself. With the trusted circles of friends and family, Jacobson orchestrated a scheme that would send shockwaves across America. His plan distribute the winning pieces to the people who would then cash in the prizes and split the rewards. For years, the scam worked like a clockwork. Fake winners popped up across the country, each one claiming extravagant prizes to make it look legitimate. Jacobson went as far as forging documents to support these fake claims. The game seemed rigged because it was. The unsuspecting public continued to flock to McDonald's, unaware they had little chance of winning the grand prizes. As time went on, something strange catch the attentions of McDonald's executives. The numbers of high-value prize claims seemed unusually high. The odds were not adding up. Suspecting foul play, they did something they had never done before. They called in the FBI. A month, agents worked undercover following a complex web of connections that lead back to Jerome Jacobson's. Wiretaps covered surveillance and confidential informants all were developed to uncover the truth. In 2001, the House of Cards finally came crashing down. Jacobson and his co-conspirators were arrested in one of the largest marketing frauds in history.